everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am so lucky to have a lovely young lady with me today who's been taking the Ghanaian music industry by storm. Her name is Adomaa. She's really doing some wonderful things with music, so today I get to interview her. We'll get to talk about some styling tips with her as well and lots of other stuff, so please stay tuned, have a look, and we'll go from there. So this is Adomaa, a lovely musician. This is also Sakina, who's also a stylist, and so she's going to work some stuff with Adomaa, and we'll see what we can create with some of the outfits that Adomaa already has. We also have with us Neil, who's over here playing on his phone, who is Adomaa's actual stylist. So it'll be nice to see two stylists kind of go a bit head to head and see what they can produce, so that'll be good. So stay tuned, okay? Over to you, Sakina.
So what I wanted to just go through with yourself and Neil when he's ready is just to understand from you both what your style's about, and is it a style that you have that is one that you've created? Is it something that is a style that is just for you in a particular scene? Like, do you have one setting of styling for when you're on stage, another one when you're doing interviews, do you have another one when you're doing I don't know, personal one-on-ones, or do you just have an overall style, is what I wanted to find out from you. And then we can just touch base with some of the pieces that you've selected, to have a look at some of those pieces to find out what you love, what you don't love so much, and play around with them really. So over to you both, if you could just let us know.
Well, when it comes to style, I don't necessarily put myself too much in a box, because I like to experiment and try different things. But I'd say what brings me out the most would be very classy, vintagey kind of looks, you know, with the basically that. But then even with that, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah.
Because I hear everybody. I'm not too sure about here in Ghana as much, but in the UK, if you say a style, everybody's interpretation of that style can be a million to one different things. Say for instance, if you say vintage, oh my gosh, that is just like putting that word in a sweet jar and coming up with a whole candy floss of different sweets. So it's really interesting to understand what you mean by the word vintage, what you mean by class, etc, etc. So if I was to say to you vintage and classy, what kind of looks does that look like to you? The dark pieces, the light pieces. Neil, please show your influence in this part, because obviously being the main stylist here, you deal with the look on a daily basis. So like, to me, I'm not too sure, but in the UK, vintage is a product that has been used previously by maybe 1 to a million users. But those pieces, for them to be classed as not second hand, but be classed as vintage, are at least 50 years old. So that's why they're classed as vintage. And something like this, because of the actual fabrication of it, would possibly class as a vintage piece, because this comes from like the 70s era. If you're thinking of Gloria Gaynor, you're thinking of all those Diana Ross, and you're thinking of all those different looks, you're looking at these kind of aspects. Everything has its own depiction for decade and style, so it's really interesting for me to understand what everybody's definition of a vintage look is. Yeah. It is one of the reasons. And what would you team this lovely piece with?
So I'm going to add up jeans pants.
So jeans. Okay. So to me, what would you? Actually, I won't even say what I think. But so you would call this vintage look with the jeans?
Yes, with the jeans and the boots right there.
Oh, with these.
Lots of
these heels.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your vintage take on the look. Oh, okay. Okay. I hear you.
Too much chocolates on it.
Oh, okay. I see the influence. It's got that urban street style,
exactly.
But it's got an Afrocentric look to it. And to me, that's that kind of, it's urban street because you're thinking of the platform heels and you're looking at these chunky jewellery, which makes you think of best way for me to describe is like Run DMC, old hip hop, Jam Master Flex, that kind of look, and then you're bringing in the Afrocentric look. So it's bringing a whole eclectic look together. So it's eclecticism in some sense, but it's an Afrocentric kind of new style, street style kind of thing in some sense. Okay. Now I understand your style. You see what I mean? Everybody's definition of vintage is completely different. It's a sweet box of different assortments, but it's totally how you do it.
I love that style actually. I would wear that outfit. Lovely. And if you don't want that top, I reckon it can fit me.
Someone's come and pilfered your stuff. So you've selected a whole array of products here, and what I would like to know is, from these pieces, what are the pieces that you don't like so much but you wear anyway?
I don't think I wear anything I don't like.
Oh, okay. You don't. Yo, interesting. I wear some things that I don't like as well.
She has fought with a lot of short skirts.
With short, pardon?
Short skirts, like straight.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't really like.
I don't like micro mini dresses.
Oh, you don't?
But I don't own a lot of micro mini dresses.
But why don't you like micro mini?
I don't know. I like to be comfortable.
Okay.
Yes.
Exposed.
Exposed.
Okay.
She doesn't like with that look.
Okay.
I can understand that. I would be the same actually. I don't really like tight things. So if I wear tight trousers, I wouldn't wear a tight top as well because I feel like I'm exposing too much. So I'll only wear one area tight and then I'll have something loose, you know, because otherwise it just feels like it's too fit, like you're showing everybody everything. It's unnecessary, you know. So
well, there are some natural faux purs in styling, and I say faux pur, it's a French word of a never ever do, and some of those things are you would never ever do to define yourself as classy. You would never wear a tight bottom with a tight top to define yourself as classy. You would never wear a shorts with a short top to define yourself as classy. You mix it up together to show the whole balance, otherwise you're giving away too much and you're not speaking about the personality, you're talking about the wrapping more than anything else. So I totally hear that. So yeah, it's always good to find that definition. Fabulous. So if you don't have anything you don't like, what is your favourite mix that you put on and as an artist you feel I'm ready to rock and roll?
That. Absolutely. But then this I haven't really worn. It's like a
kimono sort of inspired outfit. So
let's see this one on. Let's see how you drape this on the shoulders. Be interesting to see.
Has this tie on
I just used one of those.
Okay. There's this
Oh, it's here.
it's over here.
You put your hands through?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh wow, interesting. Let me watch and see this one happen.
Bring it down. Here.
Oh, I see. It's like it comes like a little bit of a jacket in some sense.
Yeah. Shoulder.
And do you naturally wear a top underneath it or not?
No.
And I'll take it you wear probably some skinny jeans or something like that.
Yes.
You can see the artist coming alive already.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Lovely.
At the back.
Oh no.
And did you have this specially made for you?
I did.
Did you design it?
No,
to be like this?
I didn't.
Someone saw you and they just, okay.
Yes.
Oh, you wear the skirt with it sometimes. So then sometimes you come out with the micro mini.
It's not so
Oh, it looks like that. It's a very good micro. That looks like that's above here. Like, yes. Oh, okay. But it works. It works. And then you would wear the heels. I can see those pink ones coming into effect there. Fabulous. Okay, looks really good. And why do you love this one in particular the most?
I think it's different. I'm not really seeing anything.
Yeah.
I tend to go for a lot of things that are not so. Like I said, more than being comfortable, I also like to try very different things. So anything that is out of the ordinary, it's definitely something, but still very comfortable.
So comfortability,
Yes.
always, but looking good and chic. Okay, love the look. And as a stylist, what is it that you love the most to see your artist in? When you see her perform and you look up there and you, because I know as a stylist, you go out, you go through all the books, you go through all the collections of every designer, you go through all the collections of all the different shops who want to, I want her to wear my clothes, I want to wear, and you have all these clothes and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know which one to put her on. And then you're like, oh, do you know what, she wants to wear this, I want her to wear this, the designers want her to wear this, I want her to wear this, and you go for it. And then you look at her on stage and you're like, that's the one. What is that moment? What is those pieces that you put together that you say yes?
I really love her rocking shimmering pieces like these. Better still, something like this. Mage.
Okay.
So it has all of this around its edge, then the back is flowing like that.
Okay.
It has a small semi-cut in the front.
Yeah.
So because I feel she's able to move around and swing freely and move and shake and all of that. So I feel this looks perfect on here. Usually this is the perfect idea of how I see her.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, better still with this one too, because it's very comfortable, just like she likes. All we need is a belt. We have the belt. I think it's upstairs.
And do you wear anything underneath it? I can see it's very sheer.
Yes.
If you don't, you don't. Some people just wear the big pants and that's it. So I'm just asking. Okay, fine.
So, yes.
And those are the pieces that you feel they're the one. And how do you feel as an artist to hear your stylist say that these are the two pieces that he loves the most? Do you think, oh my gosh, what is going on? Or do you think, you know what, I'm happy?
I'm actually really comfortable with him because I've known him a very long time, like really long. Sometimes he's actually better able to express what I would want to wear when I would not necessarily like know how to express it. So I'm actually, I could see myself actually wearing.
Good job.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And I've seen that you've put some accessory pieces on the table as well. Speak to us about these accessory pieces and why these specific. I know you mentioned this particular chain before, but that's got that particular look, but some of these have got a different vibe. They've got more of a, like a ladylike feel. This has got like a lovely Peter Pan collar to it, and that's a different feel as such. This again reminds me of the dress that you've just shown. It's bringing that edge style to it. Then you've got the round glasses that remind me of, what is that program, A Different World?
Yeah.
And there was this guy called Dwayne Wayne, he had the glasses that flipped up. It reminded me of those. So talk us through the accessory pieces and why you've selected these.
Okay, so basically she doesn't like dangling earrings.
No dangling. Okay.
So I look at accessorizing a lot with embellished pieces like these.
Yep.
Big neck cuffs and hand cuffs,
Yep.
just to because of her hair. I don't really focus on earrings. I
Okay.
just focus more on neck and then wrist part. So basically this is it, and this is vintage, so it adds up to it for her. It's a plus. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And with the tray of jewellery, I can see this whole westernized look here. But as we're in Ghana, people may not believe we are, but we're in Ghana. As we're in Ghana and Adomaa is a Ghanaian artist, is there any Ghanaian influence of jewellery and accessories, except for the clothes that you showed in the first outfit, that you see to push the whole Ghanaian status more?
There's been two events when we started here with traditional neck pieces. Unfortunately, we don't have them here, so we use those with plain outfits, so that it brings it out more. And usually use those at events that has a lot of foreigners being on board, so that they see that this is what we have to offer. Exactly. So
are you talking about things like
these?
these
Yes.
kind of beads? Yeah.
Yes. Beads like
Yeah.
these.
I like these. I like these kinds of things as well. I think they bring a bit of colour to what you're wearing and a little bit of, that African feel. So
That
I
complete
love it.
ethnicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with the first top, it had the whole cloth vibe, but then if you're talking with a plain outfit, to bring that whole creative style into it, you just zhuzh it up with that and it does it all, says the piece. So yes, to viewers, in answer to that, she's Ghanaian and we're in Ghana and she represents Ghana. So case closed. We've got westernized jewellery here, but the good thing about Adomaa and her stylist is that they know how to represent both worlds and collide them both together, so there's cohesion and they're not separate entities talking of two different worlds, but they both speak together and they work really well to influence her music as well. Fabulous. Perfect.
Lovely. So, welcome back again. I see you've styled yourself nicely. We've got some lovely accessories here and everything. So, I just want to talk to you a bit about your music. How did you enter into the music industry? Where did this come from?
I'd say it actually was very unplanned. It wasn't planned at all. I mean, I have been doing much like everybody else. I've been doing a lot of covers on my phone.
Right.
And just listen and then sing it to my phone. Maybe a few very close friends would hear a bit of it and be like, "Oh, you're really good. You should take this rest." I'm like, "Yeah, one of these days I'll do that."
Yeah.
But I never really did till a friend of mine actually put a lot of pressure on me and said, "No, you have to take this seriously," and kept calling and disturbing me constantly.
Really?
So I was like, "Okay, fine, I will." So I usually used to do a lot of covers with foreign songs.
Okay.
I thought if I was going to do something like here, I thought it should be an African song or a Ghanaian song.
Yeah.
So I picked two of my favorite songs at that time. It wasn't easy at all because the melodies and the beats are a bit something.
Yeah.
But I eventually worked out, and the first sample I made a couple of my friends, everybody went crazy and like, "Oh, you should put this out," and literally. So it wasn't planned. It was just it just happened.
Yeah.
Basically.
No, it's amazing because you've literally just like broken through overnight. It's been fantastic. Someone told me that your first YouTube hit that you put out got quite a few hits overnight, right? How many hits did you get on that video? Can you remember?
Overnight, in the space of a day, had over like 2,000.
I mean, that's amazing because YouTube is such a massive community that to be noticed, you must be doing something right. So that's really great. I mean, so what's your musical style? What do you like most?
I love listening to classics. I love listening to jazz, to soul. I'm very old at heart.
Yeah.
But I also like listening to a lot of African rhythm. So I felt it won't be bad to just do a little fusion of the two. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of jazz influences and maybe an Afro beat or a lot of Afro beats influences and a jazz piece. So yes.
Okay.
So I call it Afro jazz. For a better word.
It's really good. I'm really inspired by you actually because I mean when I was your age, I would have loved to do something like this, but I never had the confidence. So where did you get the confidence to actually push you through to do it? Because many people have the gift, many people can sing or do other things or act or whatever. But what gives you the confidence to actually go for it and just to keep going? Because there are many setbacks you can get on the way that can knock your confidence. But how do you keep going?
I think it's basically just about your mind. If you're able to come out of your insecurities and your mindset, just have a different mindset. That's the first step to actually achieving your goal. I think I needed to make that. I need to make that decision for myself.
Yeah.
Because I've been sitting singing in my bathroom, singing to my family members.
Yeah.
It took a whole lot of cycling of my mind to actually finally go and stand in front of the stage at church to sing in front of people. But at the end of the day, once you're able to make that move, that's it. So you need to change mindset.
Yeah. Okay. And so the first time you ever did your first performance, how did you feel? How did it go?
It didn't go. I was so scared I couldn't stand because my legs were really shaky. I couldn't stand. So I had to request for a seat. So the whole show I closed my eyes the entire time because I couldn't look at people. I felt I woke up. It was an experience because I can say there's been a lot of growth from then till now.
Yeah.
So but it wasn't so bad, but it wasn't.
It was an experience, one to know experience.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And obviously, I noticed you have natural hair.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very big in natural hair, and what's it like having natural hair within the music industry? Because you find that a lot of artists these days, they tend to have a weave or they put something, rather than anything but show their hair. How do you find it having natural hair and doing music?
I've had a very bad experience with relaxers and weaves. I happen to have a very good head of hair, so one would wonder why I didn't grow it. But growing up, my hair is really coarse and thick, so I just wanted the easy way out. So I permed, and it just completely ruined my hair. I couldn't even grow. It was just bad, and I told myself, you know what, enough of the drama. Just cut it and stick to how God made my hair.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. It's been 2 years, and I don't regret it at all. I think I'm going to go the rest of my life natural because it's weaves and they have really bad effects on your hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. So styling it and things like that, do you do it yourself, or do you have people to help you manage your hair? How do you come up with hairstyles? Because sometimes it can be a bit tricky styling natural hair, because it's like we have to learn all over again. For those of us that have had perms in the past, learning to readjust your whole thinking to how to style your hair, what suits you, what doesn't. How do you do that?
I'm not very, like I said, it's been a while and I'm still getting used to it. So I'm not very, I don't have a broad amount of styles I do.
Yeah.
But I just make sure on a regular basis, I do the basics. Wash like once a week, always keep it moisturized, and braid it before you go to bed. And the rest I have it in salon like this. It's very frequently to figure. But I'm learning also because I need to know how to do it for myself.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I really appreciate you talking to me. But before we go, I would love you to perhaps do a little sample song for us. I don't know if maybe we will have a keyboard or something. We can get a keyboard. Is anybody that knows how to play the keyboards over here? I don't know. Anybody around knows how to play the keyboard where we can maybe have a little sample of song or something?
this is R&B.
Oh, we have no batteries.
Acapella.
Okay, perhaps we can go a cappella then if we have light off.
Guitar maybe.
Yes, guitar.
Yeah, there's
My favourite instrument. Can you play any instruments, by the way?
if the Futura counts, I do that. Okay, I also play the tambourine. Okay. But I'm learning how to play the piano right now.
Okay.
Learning from Reno too.
Yeah. He's a very good teacher, actually. I'm trying to learn the guitar myself. I've been learning for a while, actually. I need to be more disciplined with it. It's definitely one that you need discipline for.
Yeah.
But what's your most favourite instrument, would you say?
Violin.
Violin, really?
Yes, I don't know. It's just
Really?
something about there's just something about the sound.
Wow, that's different.
And I know it's a very difficult instrument to play as well. So after I get the quite simple one, then I'll work myself.
So can you see yourself doing the violin and maybe
I
singing
do that.
with it?
I do that a lot.
Yeah. air violin.
Yeah,
Air violin.
air violin. Oh yeah, so I do play the air violin.
Yeah. She's a professional at the air violin. I love that. That's great stuff. What would you like to sing?
Okay, I'll do the one that went. Everybody. Okay. Baafira, la la li la lo, la la li la lo lay. I just come with my eyes, see many past this one. La la li la lo, la la li la lo lay. I just come with my eyes, see many past this, many who rise, many fall, many rise, many don't, many sacrifice, but some get all. So just kill them in a million ways, oh Baafira.
Absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's so nice. I can definitely tell you've got that jazz inspiration in your voice. I can really hear it. It comes across when you're singing. It's really, really nice. I love it. That's so great. And I believe you have an album coming out soon. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm working on my EP, which it's coming out first thing next year.
Oh,
in
that'd be
January.
great.
So yes, I'm very excited about it. Lots of people have been calling me a cover girl because I do covers.
Yeah.
But
Now you got your original stuff going now. Wow, I bet that's hard work, eh?
Serious.
But it'll all be worth it. That's great. But thanks so much for talking to me. Really enjoyed it, haven't we, Takina? We've had a fantastic time today, and so
Thank you for having me.
but obviously nice to give you a hug. Thank you so much for allowing us.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Good.